going on? What y'all up to? Hey, Shatika. How you doing, girlie? I just got my tail up out of bed not too long ago. But I stayed up late last night, though. I was up looking at TV. You know how I be when you get caught up looking at TV late at night. Oh, what am I going to cook? Well, I'm thinking about making some pan-seared chicken thighs. I ain't going to fry them because I'm thinking about just go ahead on and cook early, be done for the day. And I'm going to just make some rice because I ain't got no macaroni and cheese or nothing like that. So I'm going to do some rice, some pan-seared chicken thighs, and I don't know what kind of vegetable I'm going to do, but that's what I got plans on making. Thank you. So yeah. Yep. I'm doing laundry. About to go probably clean up my bathroom. Yeah, clean my bathrooms. I ain't really got much to do today. Stayed up last night looking at TV. Sounds delicious, yeah. So let me talk to you though. Cause I learned some stuff. It was actually this morning sometime. But I learned some stuff I really didn't know. I really didn't know it, you know. And now that I know, you know how when you learn stuff, you know that's for the good, you know, you gotta try to make a change, you know. So one day at a time though. But I don't know. I feel bad when I'm gonna say this because I want to be obedient, you know. But what I was gonna say is I don't know if I'm gonna do it this year, but I cannot let the money that I spent get in the way of what I'm supposed to do right, you know. So anyway, I was watching this guy on TV. His name is Pastor Gino Brown or Gino Jennings or Gino Jennings. I think that's what his name is. So I saw him or whatever, and you know I got caught up on like his pastoring and you know different stuff that he was talking about, right? So one thing that he talked about several different things, and I got to go back and watch it today because I want to see what he say about Easter, you know. Because all my life growing up, I always thought that, you know, Jesus rose on Easter. Or was he born on Easter? One or the other, right? So, yeah, that he was, I think, born, wait. Did I think he was born on Easter? I think he was born on Easter. Yeah. But then also for a long time, I also thought that, Christmas was his birthday too, But that was back in when. And when I got a little older, I did, think that he, I thought he was born on Easter. His birthday was Easter. I think that's what I thought. Anyway, didn't know, So I'm looking at, and then also another thing that, I was curious about because I had saw in the word where you're not supposed to eat animals that have split hooves too, right? I think that's what it's called. Their feet is split anyway. So I saw that too. So then there was a Muslim guy that had a debate with him about that. So I got caught up looking at all that stuff last night, right? Well, it was actually this morning because I ain't go to sleep till after like 5 this morning. So it was all through the morning. Like, anyway, so but the first one I want to mention, I know that I saw y'all say stuff on here a lot of times in the comments. Y'all be talking about, I don't celebrate that. I don't celebrate that. I don't celebrate that. I don't celebrate that. I don't know. Because that's pagan. That's pagan. But I didn't know, what paganism was. I didn't know, I thought pagan meant that's just something to get us to spend our money. You know what I'm saying? Like a holiday to get us to spend our money, I didn't really understand what pagan was, So he went to talking about Christmas. And he pulled out the Christmas tree and he was like, this right here is of the devil. This right here is of the devil. This right here is a sin. He was like, you celebrate Satan when you celebrate this because Jesus was not born on Christmas and Christmas have nothing to do with Jesus. And I was like, what? What? Child, I didn't know that. And so he was like, and he went to talking about it and breaking that thing on down. I'm going to try to talk. Okay, I got my meat in the water. Let me get me some vinegar real quick and then I'll talk to y'all while I'm doing what I'm doing because I need to be doing what I'm doing. And also, I'm going to go put some shorts on, but I'm not putting on no bra. I'm just letting y'all know because I'm at home. I'm comfortable. I understand I'm on TV. I'm on the internet. I'm out here for y'all to see me, but I don't give two flying nail one of them, okay? I'm comfortable. Nah, I ain't finna be putting no bra on for y'all. I'm finna put some shorts on for you because, my pants might fly up or something like that. My shirt, my dress, one on might fly up or something like that, but I'm not finna put no bra on for y'all. I'm finna be comfortable and I'm finna get right here and clean and straighten up my house while I talk to y'all for a little bit. Okay, so hold up. So anyhow, y'all ring the doorbell for me if you don't mind. So anyway, I didn't understand pagan. But it was around Christmas. Okay. Well, I'm not sure. But I was just like, okay, so he was saying, that's just so he was going back in scripture and stuff like that, showing you reading to you and stuff like that, where um, sometime in March, is when I think was it. No, okay, so let me see. Somebody went to marry in June. So, and then I guess that's when she may have had him in March or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, or February, March. I don't know. Don't start me lying. But um, I'm trying to find me some pants to put on. Okay, so he was talking about that, and he was like, Christmas ain't got nothing to do with it. Christmas ain't got nothing to do with Jesus, nothing. So then he was talking about the pork, because the guy had a debate with him about the pork, and so he was like, speaking of the pork was in the Old Testament. That was in the Old Testament. The New Testament, God had made changes by the New Testament where you can eat what you want, and only thing He wants for you to do is abide by His rules and His commandments, and that them, all the other couple things that went along with it, right? So I was like, I know I had read. I'm glad I read across that, because every now and then that had kind of like crossed my mind, when I ate pork, and I was like, dang, like one day I think I'm gonna stop eating pork, because I know that it's not right. So I thought, you know, but I ran across that where it was saying that, God said, eat what you want, eat whatever it is that you want. So it's okay to eat pork. It's okay to eat whatever it is that you want, because there was a time where there was certain things that we were supposed to eat. And so then when he went, another thing, he went to breaking that thing down about Christmas, right? And he was talking about why would you why would y'all celebrate Christmas and let your children go up? You don't think about this right at the time, right? But let me say it. He was like, and let your children go up and be taking pictures in the mall or wherever you taking pictures at, and got your kids sitting on a stranger lap, got your kids sitting up on a man lap. You don't know if that man is a pervert or whatever, and you got them taking pictures on this man lap. When at home, a lot of us, we feel a certain type of way about kids sitting in their own daddy's lap and their own uncles and laps and stuff like that. So why would you allow your child to go and take a picture with a man that you don't even know and sit in their lap? I'm like, dang, that do make sense. I ain't never think about it like that. I ain't never think about a thing like that, y'all. Start to worship the things related to Christmas instead of focusing. And so, yeah, because I'm glad you said it, because that reminded me of, he was talking about the Christmas tree is called idolizing, and I do remember reading in the Bible that God don't want you to idolize nothing. And the Christmas tree, you actually idolizing the Christmas tree, and that's why it's a sin. You know how when you and another thing he was talking about he was talking about the what you call the thing, I forgot what you called it, but the thing that people put the nativity set. He talked about the nativity set too. He was talking about how that's idolizing too, the nativity set. He said Jesus ain't no baby no more. He was like, who told you who told you that that baby is Jesus? Who told you that? And all this and that stuff. And also, like a while ago, it made sense when he said that though, because a while ago when I was learning about, stuff, I had seen where they were saying we always have like these pictures of Jesus and stuff like that, and he was mentioning, he said, who was it? God said, make no image of me or something like that. So um so he was like, we got all these supposed to be images and stuff like that. Well, I don't think he said this. I forgot who the pastor was that I saw that said this, but it's like you got all these images. That's what he was saying. You don't have to stop eating certain things. You can eat what you want to eat. But he was like, um uh no, okay, so there's one person that I thought it was like, we got these pictures of Jesus and these pictures of the stuff that's supposed to be Jesus and all this and that, right? But we don't know if that's Jesus. That could be the enemy, you know? That could be him that we got posted up on our walls and stuff like that, talking about this is Jesus, when that could be Satan. So I was like, that does make sense because we don't know. We don't know. So I was looking at TV. I mean, I was learning all kind of stuff last night. So today I'm supposed to be getting into it. What they supposed to be talking about Easter. Oh, and another thing, right? I know that I might gonna step on toes, but hey, it ain't for me. Okay, it's what they said, and I keep hearing other men keep saying this, right, to the Hebrew people. The that's the Israelites, right? In the Old Testament, right? That was the laws for them. But in yeah. So okay, so he was talking about, dang, I gotta clean up. But I wanna tell y'all about it. And I'm not trying to like really go like, y'all know me. When I learn some stuff, I'm gonna tell y'all. Y'all already know. Y'all know if I feel like when God, when God bless me with stuff, I'm gonna come and talk to y'all. Y'all already know this. Y'all already know. That's why I told y'all. God already know me. I don't know why I was up last night, why they came across my page last night, but it did. And y'all already know me. Whenever I see some stuff and learn some stuff, and experience some stuff, go through some stuff or whatever, and I feel like that it has ministered to my spirit, and or it could be a testimony for me to give. Y'all already know I'm coming. God already know that this is what I was gonna do. He already know me. Okay, so I can't help that. I'm just a seeker, a lover of God, and I be trying to do right, even though in my own worldly ways. I get that one day. But anyway, so um okay, so he was talking about women being pastors and stuff, right? And he was like, women, they're not supposed to be preaching the word. They're not supposed to be preaching the word. Women, you in the Bible it says that the woman follows the man. The man follows the woman. The man is the head of the woman, and um and then you got the man. And when it comes to the man, you got God, his wife, then himself. Then you got the woman. It's the woman, God, and his wife. I mean, and her husband. Wait. Yeah, like that. Okay, so I'm sorry about the glare. But he was talking about that, right? He was like, it's a sin. He says it's a sin for women to be preaching and stuff. I'm trying to find somewhere to sit y'all without having a glare. But he was like, it's a sin for women to be preaching and stuff. I'm gonna sit y'all right here. I'm sorry. But he was like, it's a sin for women to be preaching and stuff. He said because that's not what we're supposed to be doing. Women supposed to be sitting back If a woman can be a prophetess, a woman can do that, but a woman is not supposed to stand in a pulpit and preach. And I know that there is women preachers around here and stuff, But I'm gonna be honest though. I'm gonna be honest. It's a couple women preachers, and I told my mama this. My mama, she was like really into watching this one in particular, and y'all know me, like I tell y'all all the time, like I have discernment, and I don't know if y'all understand what that is. But if you by now don't understand what the discernment is, I can't explain that to you, because I guess you only gonna I guess you got to have it to really understand it. If you don't really know, or really care to know, you got to have it to understand it. So, it's this one pastor, this lady, and I told my mama, I was like, I had started out, trying to watch her and stuff like that with my mama. But I was like, something in my spirit just ain't sit right? I was like, Mom, I know you like her. I was like, but I don't know, it's just something about her just ain't right to me, And when I feel like that about a person, I can't deny my feelings, because my feelings don't be lying to me, because like I told y'all, that's where my discernment kick in. And so still right now to this day, it she I know she probably ain't gonna sit right in my spirit. So then when I seen him talking about that, I was like, maybe that's why. Maybe that's why she ain't sitting right in my spirit, because I discerned that that feeling that I had may have been, I don't need to be listening to her. And something had came to me last night, and I was thinking about that thing, like, what? I was like, okay, they say it's a sin for a woman to preach. I was like, but I remember when this person was telling me this, right? Before I saw him say that, I remember when this person was telling me this, and I was like, if a person is preaching the word of God, why should it matter? But it does matter, because it's a sin. God said so. God said no. That's why it matters, because God said no. So I can't argue with that. And they actually went into the Bible and showed me this. Then when I saw what I saw last night, this man actually went in the Bible and preached this. So I can't argue with that, because God said no. So by being a sin, she knows it's a sin too. If you're a preacher and you know the word, you know the Bible, you know it's wrong. And see, I was like, okay, so that explains where they say that you have the enemy that knows the word, and he what is it, wolves in sheep clothing, right? Okay, so that's what I get from that. I'm like, okay, so if that's the case, then this is wolves in sheep clothing, trying to look innocent, supposed to be preaching God's word and stuff like that, but they know they ain't got no business. So I remember her saying one time in the beginning, and at one point in time, she was like, right. I remember her saying, so listen, so it came to me last night, and I was like, she knows she wrong. She knows she's wrong for preaching the word, because I remember her saying at one time, she was like, I don't call myself no preacher or something like that. She said, I call myself a servant girl. Then it came to me, a light bulb went off. It was like, boom. She calls herself a servant girl because she knows she wrong. She knows she wrong. And we are servants. Those of us that's not preachers, we servants, but we ain't no preachers. We could be a servant. We could be a servant for the Lord, but we ain't gonna. But God have His chosen men to be preachers. And I was like, that's why she called herself a servant. She trying to throw the sugar on it and make it sound sweet. And see, us people that don't know the word, that don't know no better, we're going to go along with that because we don't know no better. We don't know no better. We listening to somebody that's supposed to know the word, somebody that's supposed to be teaching us the word, somebody that's supposed to be telling the truth, innocent. But you got to remember that there is wolves in sheep clothing. You got to remember that there's workers for the enemy also, that's in behind the pulpits, the ones that's trying to reel us in to Satan. And so that's why you got to be careful with who you listen to. You can't go out and be trying to listen to everybody and worship and praise everybody. First of all, you don't worship nobody but God. And so then I had thought about myself. And I was like, well, what about when I be coming on and I be telling them stuff and all of that? And I'm glad he said what he said. He was like, you know, you can give your testimony. You could tell about your experience. You could tell about what happened in your life and you know, and stuff like that. But what I be doing ain't no preaching. I just be giving my testimony, and I just give, I guess God just be using me in whatever it is that I be talking about and stuff like that. But I know I'm be preaching because I know I ain't even on that level right there. But so I was like, okay, well, I guess I don't be doing nothing wrong. Because let me tell you something. One thing about me, y'all, I don't be trying to play with God. Nah, I know I be right here, I cuss and all that stuff right there, I know. But one thing about me, I don't try to play with God. I'm not finna play with him because I know he ain't nobody to be played with. So then, I don't know. It's so funny though. That's what I was told, that you have to pray for discernment, you know. But it's so funny though. Let me tell y'all, it's so funny how my yesterday went. Hold on. Let me go get me some bleach real quick, and I'll be right back. I'm just going quick being lazy and put y'all up on this stand, child. I don't know. It's just something about the stand. When I put you on the stand, that means I'm working. So let me just go and put y'all on the stand. All right. So yesterday, right? Hey, everybody coming in. Hey. But anyway, so yesterday, it's funny how my yesterday went. And, you know, I try to take heed to stuff. I try to cease. And I didn't think about this till now, okay? But now that I'm talking to y'all, it made me think about my yesterday. So, it's funny how my yesterday went. Yesterday, maybe God was trying to teach me something yesterday. I think He was. I'm going to say He was. Because I learned some things yesterday. So I think that God was teaching me a few little things yesterday. So yesterday, my day started out. What did I do? I didn't do much yesterday. I didn't really do nothing yesterday, honestly. I didn't do nothing yesterday. But I'm not a movie watcher or anything like that. And so yesterday I was like, well, let me watch this movie. And remember I tell y'all all the time, when God be speaking to you, He be speaking to you through a lot of things. He speaks to you through the TV, the radio, people, like all kind of things. Like you get messages through everything, any and everything. And so, but I didn't think about this yesterday because yesterday I was just doing my little normal me, chilling. I was chilling yesterday. So I was like, let me put me on a movie. Now I'm talking about this, I'm thinking about it. I was like, let me put me on a movie. So the movie that I watched yesterday, it was based on a true story. It was based on a true story, and it was like a Christian type movie, right? It was a Christian movie. I'm more of a family, happy type, drama, mystery type, try to figure stuff out type of movie, spiritual type movie. Like I like stuff like that. I don't like nothing scary. I don't like with all the action, violence. I don't like all that. I don't like all that stuff. I like peaceful, calm movies. I like stuff like that. So I was watching this movie. I'll tell y'all, you got to remind me if you want to know. But I can't think of the name of it in the moment. But I was watching this movie yesterday. And it was on Netflix. And this movie was about this girl that ended up with a stomach problem, right? She had a stomach issue. So, first off, after realizing that the girl had a stomach problem, I started thinking about my own self anyway. I was like, Lord, I said, why did you lead me to this video? Is you trying to tell me about me? You trying to tell me about me? So anyway, kept watching the movie or whatever. It was about a little girl. She had a stomach problem. That nobody could figure out what the stomach problem was. And so she, long story short, she ended up going to Boston over to a doctor that was able to specialize in her situation. So the doctor over in Boston, when she got there, before she got, let me see. No, before she got there, hold on, let me back up a little bit, because this is the main part about the movie. So before she got there, the wife and the husband were having a discussion about what she got to do, because it's going to be, the girl have to go back and forth to Boston for every 6 weeks by plane, and it's going to be like over $1,000 for both of them every time they go, and plus whatever other fees they had, and the hotel room and all that stuff that they had and all that there. Then they had a house that they had, and also on the house they had a farm because they had cows, goat, all that right there on their property. And she also had other kids, and they couldn't afford to make that switch. So right. Okay. So to make that switch, right? So she was like, what are we gonna do? And he was like, I don't know. He said, because we can't afford to switch or whatever. And so they also was members of a church, right? So the church that they was going to and stuff, you know, we ain't gotta talk about the church they were going to, but they was members of the church. And so, come to find, the husband ends up finding out. The wife like, why is this happening to my daughter? Why is this happening to my daughter? Why is the good Lord allowing this to happen to my daughter? So the husband finds out that the wife have no faith. And that's what pretty much the whole movie was about, having faith. Having faith. So, anyway, okay, so now we're going to jump back to they went to Boston. When they went to Boston, the time they get there, the lady, she went without an appointment or, you know, or a referral or appointment. And so she was like, well, I came all this way, I flew this way. She said, we need to see the doctor. I don't know if my daughter going to be able to make it. You know, some more days. We need to see somebody. She needs to help. This her problem. She on this medication, all this right here. So they leave and they go to a restaurant to eat. Because they want to let her go in and see the man, right? So they leave and go to a restaurant to eat. And when they went to the restaurant to go eat, she met a friend. So she met a friend while she was there, and that lady, she took her around. It happened to be Queen Latifah. And the lady, she was taking her around and stuff like that, showing her Boston. They was having a good time. Now she got her a friend every time she come to Boston. All right. We're gonna fast forward a little bit more. This is about miracles and how stuff happens, and you know how God sent people your way to be blessings to you, and all of this, that, and the third. And you know, like the one day, like, you know, the little girl, she was breaking out, and she was like, I just don't want to go through this no more. I'm tired of going through this. I don't know why I'm going through this. So the little girl roommate happened to be a cancer patient, and the little girl that had the stomach problem used to wear this necklace around her, a cross necklace all the time, and she had faith, but her mama didn't. So the little cancer patient little girl had asked her, she said, do you be scared sometimes and think that you're gonna die sometimes? And the little girl said, yes. And so she was like, why do you wear that necklace? She was like, because she said, I feel like he's with me. So the little girl said, do you think he's with me? She said, yeah. So then the little girl took her necklace off and gave it to the neighbor. Well, mind you, when she gave the necklace to the cancer patient, which is her neighbor, the little girl dad was right there. And so the little girl dad had called the one with the stomach problem mama out of the room, and he was like, I don't like that she's giving her false hope, right? So basically, he didn't have no faith neither. He didn't believe. So he was like, do you understand what I'm saying? He was telling the mama that. He was like, do you understand what I'm saying? And she was like, believe it or not, I do, right? She never really went into it, but that's what she said. So then, we're going to fast forward a little bit more. So now, the husband, and he trying to find a way to get there to them with the kids. But he didn't have no money. He didn't have enough money to even, visit, take a flight or anything like that, right? He didn't have enough money. So he get to the airport, trying to take a trip, all the cars and everything, getting declined, all that stuff. Miracles, right? So this man that was working at the airline that was booked, trying to, booked them the ticket and stuff like that or whatever, the little girl was like, his daughter that was standing next to him while everything was being declined kept saying, what if we're not going to make it? What if she died before we get there? So the attendant heard the whoever the guy at the register, whatever you call him, child, he heard that. And so he was a blessing to them because he printed them out a ticket and the man didn't even pay for it. So he was able to go see his daughter, right? All right, so now, fast forward a little bit more. I'm telling y'all the movie ain't up. But I'm just telling you about the movie because it's funny how my day started. You know, my day started with this. And my day ended. My day ended with God's word. My day started with God's word. My day ended with God's word. And that was something, wasn't it? That was something because that wasn't a normal day for me. Like, that was just something different. Like, that's why I say I believe that yesterday God was trying to teach me something, tell me something. And welcome to my channel, happy to have you. Yeah, I feel like he was trying to teach me something. So, the little girl, right? So she goes home and, you know, for many years her mama wouldn't let her do nothing. Because, you know, she had this big belly, stomach issue, you know, all that right there, like anything could happen type situation, whatever. So one day, the little girl got out, she started playing with her sister. So she went up into the tree, because that's what they used to do. They used to climb the tree and stuff like that. Well, this tree happens to be an old tree. So by the time they climbed the tree, got on the limb and everything, the branch was finna break. So the sister, before they went up the tree, the little girl, she saw a white butterfly. All right, so then, anyway, they go up the tree, and the branch was getting ready to break. Look, the older sister told her, go back towards the hole, go back towards the hole. Well, the hole was actually the hollow part of the tree. The little girl fell in the hole. She fell in the hole and fell all the way down to the bottom of the tree. I'm thinking, I'm like, oh, Lord, the little girl done fell in the hole, Lord, her stomach done bust open or something, you know, because she had that big belly, right? I'm thinking the stomach done bust open or something, child. Anyway, so they finally get the little girl out the hole or whatever, you know, all them come rescue the little girl and everything. Get out the hole, she was still breathing. So, no, hold on, wait, I gotta stop. She fell down the hole, the people come to rescue her, the mother goes up to the tree and just bend down and just start praying. Right there. She ain't had nobody else to depend on but God. So she started praying. When I saw that, I was like, she got faith now. So, so she was leaning up against the tree praying, and the family came with her. They was all around with the mama, you know, all praying and stuff like that. So they got the girl up out the hole or whatever, and she was still breathing, but she was unconscious. And so when it was all said and done, when the girl finally came back to herself and everything, you know, the little girl, she was fine. Her stomach wasn't big no more. She wasn't having no problems no more. She wasn't throwing up no more. So mama took her back to Boston to find out, was she cured? So the man was like, well, I can't medically tell you that she's cured, but, you know, something must have happened. You know, something must have happened. She done had a reset, right? She had a reset. But the little girl had told her mama, she said, when she fell in that hole, she said she blacked out. And she said, I seen him. No, she said I seen him. She said I heard him. She said I heard him. He told me everything was okay. And she was like, it was this butterfly. She said I seen this butterfly, you know, and all that. She was describing everything, what all had happened, and all that stuff. So basically, the little girl had died. The little girl had died, and God had let her come back. And he told her when she come back, she was gonna be normal. And she was. And that's that's how her mama got her faith. When that happened to that little girl, because first of all, that lady, she was about to go crazy. She didn't know what to do because she didn't know what was wrong with her daughter, and nobody could help her daughter, you know. And basically, it was about standing on faith. It was about standing on faith. And so, okay, so like I said, it went from that. That's how my morning started. So it went from that. I gotta tell y'all the name of the movie if y'all wanna watch it. But you might not wanna watch it because I done told you everything. But anyway, it's good though. You gotta watch it. And it was based on a true story. And in the end of it, they showed the family who this actually had happened to. So, damn, what was I finna say? Okay, so that's how my morning started. So then, it was late last night. Late last night, it's when I, like, it was probably like 12-ish. It's when I started watching that pastor. So that was kind of, you know, when I think about it, that was kind of weird. You know, that's how my morning started. That's how my night ended, was watching, you know, stuff about God and miracles and faith and, you know, the teachings of things that I didn't know about Christmas and preachers and all kind of stuff like that, you know, like, it's just kind of weird when you think about it. So, it made me think about me when I watched that movie. It made me think about me. Because I always, you know, try to make sure that I'm doing right. I try to make sure I'm doing right. Even though I know that I am a sinner, but still I try to make sure that I am doing right. And one of the people that I really try to make sure that I'm doing right by is my grandmother. That's one of my main focuses, because I know that I know for a fact that God takes care of me, and but I'm gonna add my husband too. But I know for a fact that God takes care of me and my husband because of what I do for my grandmother. I know this without a shadow of a doubt. I know this. That's how I receive my blessings. I know this. Can't nobody tell me that that's not why. I know for a fact that this is why God blessed me the way that he do. I know this. So when I saw that movie and it was talking about miracles, and you know, you have to wait, hold on. Was it the movie? I think it was, yeah. And it was about you can't, you got to give, it's about giving to receive, right? I ran across that. Giving to receive. And the more you, the more you give, the more you give, the more you do for people, the more you receive God's blessings. So that made me think about me. Regardless of what I go through, what people say about me, how people feel about me, how I feel that people feel about me, at the end of the day, ain't nobody gonna understand the favor that God have on my life. Ain't nobody gonna understand that. Favor ain't fair. Favor ain't fair, and it ain't meant to be. Because that's why they say, can't nobody take your blessings away from you. Your blessings is your blessings, my blessings is my blessings. We all receive our own blessings in different time. In different time. And I just think about regardless of what, regardless of how I may be feeling when I have to do some of the things I have to do, when I don't be want to do it sometimes, but I still do it. God understands that. God understands my emotions. And God, He said He will never put no more on you than you can bear. He said that. So, even with my grandmother being in the situation that she's in, and I truly don't want her there. But even with that being her life right now, that ain't my fault. I did my part. And I have to constantly remind myself of that. I did my part, and it's okay. It is okay because God is taking care of her. I did all that I can do. And when it got to the point where it was getting to be too much for me, that's why God took her. And He put her where she would have round-the-clock care. And give her the care that I couldn't give her. Regardless of what it may look like, at the end of the day, God had the last say-so. And He gave His child what she needed, and also gave me the peace and the peace of mind that I needed. Because at the end of the day, God already knew what I could and what I couldn't do, even though I kept trying to force myself to do it. So, and with me still doing what I do though, even though I have to do the bare minimum, because I knew when God took her from me that my only duty is to make sure that she's being taken care of, and that they doing this what they're supposed to do to be the mouthpiece for her. And that's what I do. And I make sure she have her food and all that stuff right there. But as far as comfortable, I can't do nothing about that. I can't do nothing about that. Because with me visiting her, that's not enough for her. I can't replace the people that she wants there in her life. Regardless of how much I go see her. I can't replace those people. So, at the end of the day, I realized that even with the way that she feels, whatever, God still blessed me. Because I'm doing my part. I'm still doing my part. And I try to continue to do my part. Because I know that I don't want to let God down, because this was my assignment. And I feel like this is my assignment to the day that she gone. God gave her to me. And I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do to take care of her. To the best, to make sure she's taken care of. To the best of my ability. And so I think that that's what my day muscle was about yesterday. That God was just reminding me of why I received my blessings. And He probably was letting me know that He was proud of me, because a lot of times I sit back and I think about myself sometimes. And I be like, why I'm not here, or why I'm not there, or why I ain't got this, or why I ain't got that. But you know what? I can't complain. I can't complain. I cannot complain. I cannot complain. And yesterday, okay, so today is Tuesday. Sunday, I was actually stuck on watching this one content creator. And this content creator was talking about how people is jealous of her and all that stuff like that because of her blessings and all of that. And, you know, she was like, I may be broke. She said, but I got something to show for it. And I was thinking about myself. I ain't got the most myself. I'm blessed and thankful to be where I'm at. But I may spend my money. I may spend it on things that y'all may think I shouldn't spend it on, or somebody else may think I shouldn't spend it on. But one thing for certain, two things for sure. I can see everything I spent my money on. I can say that I spent my money wisely. I can say that God was in the midst of me spending my money at the time that that somebody else probably thought that I shouldn't have been spending it. At a time that probably wasn't so much of the right time, but it was the perfect time. It was the perfect time. I'm going to tell you why. I told y'all when I got that truck that God blessed me with that. I opened my mouth and I asked for that, and the next thing you know, I received. And the price range that I can pay for that. Pay cash money for that. In the price range. So, what? I give it like 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks after we get the truck. My husband on the way home, a cap fly off his car. He don't know what the cap was, but only thing he know is the cap fly off his car, and it was just smoking real bad. So he ain't cranking up the same day because he was like, oh, I ain't cranking it up because the car hot and stuff like that. I don't want to mess nothing up. So kind of find out the cap that flew off his car was something to what is it? Somebody air something it is. I forgot. No, the heater coil. The heater coil. Something like that. Heater coil, however you're supposed to say it. Anyway, so that had flew off. So now his car is parked. His car is parked. Right? His car is parked. But God's so good though. God is so good because, first of all, God ain't finna let nothing come in the way of what He has blessed us with. And see, we have us a paid for a trip coming up. I had already paid for it and everything. We have us a paid for a trip coming up. And was it the enemy trying to take what God had already blessed us to have? God said no. God said no. Was the enemy trying to come in the way and keep my husband from being able to get to work and inconvenience me? God said no. God said no. So now I look at that thing and I'm like, God gave us some more transportation because He already knew that this right here was going to happen. He knew this was going to happen. And what had happened is a big job. Once I call around to find out about getting it fixed and stuff like that, that's a big job to fix. And 9 times out of 10, I'm going to have to take my car to the dealership to get it fixed. And you already know they're going to be trying to charge me all out of woo-wang to fix that. So, who's to say that the car will be fixed then? You know? I don't know. But I'm going to give it a little time because, honey, I ain't finna go be taking that because God blessed us with something else. God blessed us with something else. So we're going to ride that right there and let that sit for a little bit till we build on funds back up to be able to take that on over there to do that right there. Because, honey, nah. One thing I refuse to be, okay, is broke child. Nah. I might have a little bit, but I ain't finna be broke. So, anyway, I say, you know what? That's why I guess God was just trying to remind me. He was trying to remind me of why He blessed me the way that He do. you know. Because sometimes you can forget. Sometimes I ain't saying that I be, you know, all beside myself. I ain't saying none of that. I'm one thing that I'm not a bragger. And I know for a fact that I can't be no bragger. I can't be no bragger because God don't like that. So with me knowing that God don't like that, I'm not finna do that. I'm not finna be like that because I don't want for him to let me get up here and then next thing you know, before I look around, I'm down here with everybody else, you know, that was struggling like me. That you know, I done been there. And I ain't saying that, you know, I'm way up here or nothing like that. But what I'm saying is, I know what it feels like to struggle. And like I was talking to my husband one day. And I was like, you know, I forgot. I'm trying to think exactly what we was talking about, but I know we was talking about finances and stuff. And I was like, you know, my husband have a different mind frame than me. My husband, he the type of person where he, you know, is for the day type of person. You know, he just for the day. He don't try to he don't think about the future. He don't think about that. My husband's for the day because one thing about my husband, like, he say, what he say? He say, hold on, what he said? He said, when you die, you're going to die broke or something like that. I understand that when you die, you can't take it with you. I understand that part. But one thing I don't want to be broke. I don't want to be broke. I'm not finna set my mind up to think like that. I don't want to have that poor man mentality. Even though I may not have the most, I still don't want that mentality. Because at the end of the day, I want more. And like I told my husband, I ain't got to be rich, but when you got money put back and you got money put up, you got you a little savings, you got you a little extras, you can pay your bills without no worries. That makes it where your life is stress free. I want to live a stress free life. I ain't got to be rich. But I want to live a stress free life. I ain't got to have everything that everybody got to have because I'm not that type of person. Long as I have what I need, long as my vehicles can get me to where I need to be, where I ain't got to rent no cars. When we want to travel, we can go from at point A to point Z and back to A again. I'm good to go. Long as my refrigerator ain't on E, and long as these bills is paid, I'm good to go. Long as I'm happy, my husband happy, I'm good to go. I don't need the most. I ain't got to have everything that everybody got to have. I ain't got to be around her being the freshest, the flyest, and buying the brand new shoes that come out. Honey, y'all go buy them brand new shoes. Y'all go buy them. I'm going to buy them brand new, but by the time I get them, they're going to be on sale. I bet you that much. I ain't got to go buy them new outfits that come out. I be trying to train my husband mind like that too, because being a man sometimes be hard for them, especially when they're younger. You know, my husband, he's still young. So, you know, he older than me, but he's still young. My husband 40, but he's still young though. You see what I'm saying? So coming up in this day and time is different than coming up when a lot of y'all was coming up. You know, these guys be trying to, you got to look good. You got to be fresh. My husband, his mind is like that, you know, and I be trying to help change his mind from thinking like that. So, you know, a lot, which he have came a long way from how he used to be, but it's some work that got to be put in with changing his mind, because I'm like, you know, you ain't got to do that. You ain't got to do that. At one point in time, my husband thought he had to keep up with the Joneses. He thought he did. You know? So he probably thought he was a Joneses without Joneses money. He probably thought. But see, I be humbling him. Because I'm like, you're not finna take our blessings. Over here be trying to look like you got it going on and ain't got it going on. You better shit. And he talks about, babe, why you say that bad shit? I ain't trying to fake the phone for nobody. I ain't trying to put on for nobody. What I got is what I got. What I don't got is what I don't got. Damn the rest. Long as we happy, we take good, we fed, bills is paid on time, all of them, A lot of people can't say, and I'm not bragging, but a lot of people can't say that they can pay all their bills at one time. On time. Before time. A lot of people can't say that. And I'm blessed to be able to say that. You see what I'm saying? So I ain't trying to be over here be putting on for nobody. Because I know what the struggle feels like. And I ain't trying to go back there. I ain't trying to go back there. I don't want to go back there because it don't feel good. I like what it feels like to be comfortable. I like that comfortable feeling. Give me comfort over rich, because being rich may not bring me peace. Being rich may not bring me comfort. I just want to be comfortable. I want to have a peace of mind. I want to be able to get what I want. Because one thing about me, I'm not really a needy person. But when I got the funds, I'm gonna buy what I need. I'm gonna buy what I need. And I might go about halfway broke trying to get it. But one thing about it, I'm getting what I need. I'm gonna pay these bills up to help relieve some stress up off me. You know, I'm gonna pay something up for some months. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna pay it up for some money. Give me some extra money. I'll show you how to do it. Give me some. Baby, when I tell you, honey, give me a set bill that I got to pay. Whatever that set bill is. I ain't talking about no light bill, because light bill change. I ain't talking about no gas bill. I'm talking about something that's gonna stay the same every month. I'm gonna pay it up for some months because that gives me relieve some stress up off of me. Because it ain't easy trying to be a wife, a good wife, a homemaker, and pay bills. And be active when my husband need me to be. It ain't easy. Because that's a lot. That's a lot. I don't see how people do it. I don't see how people can be stressed out and be active. No. I'm not one of those type of people where I like to be stressed. I don't like being stressed. Anything to help make my life easy, I'm all for. Not anything. But if it's going to help make my life easy, certain things, I'm all for it. But it have to be right, though. It has to be right in my eyes, and it has to be right in God's eyes. If it ain't right in God's eyes, I don't want no parts of it. Because first of all, I'm not finna let you, and I'm not finna be stupid enough to block my own blessings. Because I know where my help come from. My help come from the Lord. My help come from the Lord, and that's how I make it every day, every month. And when I sit down to pay them bills and I see I got the money to pay them, I tell the Lord, thank you. Thank you. I don't give myself credit enough sometimes, because I be like, you know, just being how I'm gonna put this? I ain't got the most. I don't have the most. I don't. And YouTube, it don't pay me enough sometimes. But it pays. Okay? It pays. And I guess I'm getting paid what I should be getting paid, but it could pay more. It could pay me more. You know? But I guess that's just gonna depend on my viewers, you know, as y'all come in. However, regardless of what, I'm not finna stress myself out about that. I just do my part, and that's it. But it pays. It helps out. It helps out. So, and that's all that YouTube does for me. That's all YouTube does for me is help out. It helps out. And some months I'm more prouder than others, you know, but it helps out. So I can't be mad at that part. I can't be mad at that part because it helps. But it ain't I don't know what I was finna say, child. But whatever I was finna say, I was gonna mean what I was finna say when I was finna say it. Okay? I was finna mean what I was finna say. But whatever it was, I was gonna say, yeah, that part right there. I forgot. But it don't pay like that. It don't. A lot of people they think, oh yeah, I know you're making it. You got this, you got that on YouTube, baby. You just don't know. You just don't know. And I sit back and I think about that thing sometimes. And you wonder how a lot of people is really making it on here. Now you got some good positive people that's doing swell. You got some good positive people that's doing it. Now however they got there, I can't tell you. It was just their time. But for all the other people, they making it because they being drummified. And drama sells. And I sit and I be thinking about that thing sometimes. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't even gonna lie. I be like, so this how I need to be to make some dollars on YouTube, some good dollars. This how I need to be. This what I got to do. But then I think about that thing. See, there don't be nothing but the enemy be trying to make me sell myself short. Baby. Because all money ain't good money. All money ain't good money. Yeah, it be good for the time being, but what images you really giving yourself when you do that? You know what I'm saying? What images you give myself and yourself? And I care more about my image than I care about my dollars. I care more about that image. My image means a lot to me. What I'm putting out there for people means a lot to me. I know everybody ain't gonna like me, that's okay. Everybody ain't gonna like everybody. It's alright, I'm cool with that. You don't like me, honey, that's just a blessing. That's a blessing. Because that means I ain't got to deal with you because somebody might just be wrong with you. You know? It don't mean that something always wrong with me. Some might just be wrong with you. And it's best that you stay away from me. You know? But, you know, I'm comfortable with what I got. I'm comfortable with what I have. And I thank God for how he's providing for me. You know? I thank God for how he's providing for me. He provided. He provided. He give me just what I need. One thing I can say is I might not have the most. But me and my husband, we could take us some trips every now and then. We get us a vacation once a year. And we got food in our refrigerator. My husband say I have a addiction. I said, what that is? He said, grocery shopping. I say, I say, so you mean to tell me that I need to stop grocery shopping so much? He said, that's your addiction. But one thing I refuse to be is hungry. And so we was talking, he was like, he said, we have us a child, you going to work. I say, the devil is a lie. The devil is a lie. You think I'm going to work when I have a baby? I really ain't going to work. He said, what makes you be able to say that? I said, because you take care of me, you'll be able to take care of your child. I said, ain't God helping you take care of us? I say, so you think he gonna stop then? He ain't gonna stop then. He gonna help you even more. Cause one thing about God, he'll never put no more on you than you can bear. You think I'm finna go work somebody 9 to 5 and I ain't doing it now when I get a child? You think I'm finna, got me messed up. One thing I'ma do. One thing for certain, two things for sure. Okay? If I can have enough for me and you, and God bless us to have enough for me and you, and I do what I do to make sure that me and you can go shop, me and you can go out of town, me and you can these bills get paid, and I'm doing what I'm supposed to do with the money now for the both of us. If God bless me with a child, don't you know I'm gonna be doing that times 10? So that just gonna mean that we're gonna have to cut some things out sometimes. I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do to make sure that I ain't gotta be going out there on nobody's job. I don't care what nobody say. I'm gonna be making sure. Because if I'm gonna have to go out there on somebody else's job, I might as well go on and put my work boots on, baby. And figure out my own business. Start my own. Because I refuse. I refuse. I ain't got to. Because God gonna take care of me. And I know this. God gonna take care of me. And my husband, and God gonna give my husband the funds that he need to be able to take care of us. Along with what I do on here on YouTube. God gonna bless me too on my YouTube. Let me tell you something. So we had just got a truck, right? And so now it's like since we had the truck, my husband, he been working every weekend, because normally he don't work on the weekends. So my husband, he been having to work every weekend. And so my husband like, man, babe, we gotta work this weekend. Man, babe, we gotta work next weekend. Man, babe, we gotta work that weekend. I say, you wanna know what? I said, and don't be mad about it, be thankful. I said, because it's a reason why God got you working. It ain't them, it's God. God making it where you have to go to work, because God know the money that you just done spent, and God knows what's to come. And so God trying to bless you with the funds to be ready for whatever finna happen. That's why you got to work every weekend. I don't look at stuff like people look at it. I look at stuff, God be doing things. I don't care whatever it is. You do what you do for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. And I told him, be thankful. Be thankful. Because that little money, you going to need it. That's just like light bill just came in the mail. Out of nowhere. Out of nowhere, light bill done went up. Light bill done went up about $100. He coming to me. Babe, you seen the light bill? Yeah, I seen it. No, I was like, no, I ain't seen it. I ain't seen it that time. I said, no, I ain't seen it. He said, man, why the light bill done went up? Ain't like we don't have some children over here or something, or did nothing. I said they just went up on. I said it ain't nothing we did no different. I ain't washed no more. I ain't cooked no more. I ain't ran no air conditioner no different. I ain't been messing with it. I ain't been turning it off. I ain't been turning it on. And we ain't did nothing no different. Just me and you, the same old two people in this house. They just go up sometimes when they want to. I said, but didn't I tell you about them weekends that you working? I said, God is preparing you for some rough times. He just giving you a little extra money for when these rough times get to coming and bills start going up, or things start going out, or stuff may start happening. He just blessing us with the funds that we need to stay comfortable. That's it. I said, but you a man. I say, this is what men do. Men go out and work for their families. They provide us. They provide for their families. And I thank God for my husband. I ain't gonna lie. I don't be telling y'all about my husband for somebody to be trying to go and get him. Because let me tell you something. If you can damn it get him, he damn sure one mine. I'm just saying. And with the way things going and how he be seeing stuff, I don't think you can get him. Because I'm telling you, my husband, he come to me all the time. My husband, he come to me all the time. And he be like, babe. He give me sugar. He say, babe. He say, I sure appreciate you. I sure appreciate you. I sure thank you for not being like these other girls. I sure thank you. Like, you welcome, boo. You welcome, cause baby, honey, I know time got to be hard for a man out there. And it definitely got to be hard for a woman that ain't, got a good man. I know it got to be. But, you know what? Mine don't do everything that he's supposed to do. But I appreciate the things that he do. I complain. I be trying to figure it out. I be trying to help him out. I complain though. I can't lie. I be complaining sometimes. But what he don't do does not outweigh the things that he do. I'm just saying. God damn it, if he don't never cut no grass, if he don't never wash no car, if he don't never, what else? He be making like the outside stuff. If he don't never do what he's supposed to do outside, that still does not outweigh the things that he do. Ain't no comparison. Ain't not at all. And see, we as women, you know, we be wanting a lot of our men sometimes. We be wanting them to do things that men supposed to do. You know, because we in our eyes, men have certain jobs, right? So we be wanting them to do certain things. But sometimes you got to humble yourself and be like, okay, the man is not God. He can't do everything. Hey, Miss Meredith, he can't do everything. He is not Superman. He is not Spider-Man. He is not no man that could be in many places at one time. The man get tired. The man be, hey, Ambrosia, the man be want to be on his own time sometimes. Even though his own times may be months and months from now, like mine's, okay. Because, baby, my husband will say he finna do something and he do half of it and do the other half the next month. My name is Tiana and that is my husband. But that's true. You know. But as long as they do the most important thing, that cutting grass and washing a car and rubbing your feet and massaging your back and blowing in your hair and whispering in your ear and holding you sometimes that shit gotta get laid to the side. Sometimes it do. Sometimes it just gotta get laid to the side. And pick up when they can pick up. I'm just saying. That's the real reality of marriage. A lot of people think that marriage is all peaches and cream and, oh, you get everything and anything that you want and how you want it and you got the best, most amazingness, on time-ish, do-right-ish type of husband. Y'all better stop looking at these damn movies. Because these movies is setting you up for failure. I'm just trying to tell you because, I know that I watched a lot of fairy tale movies and I just thought my husband was going to be one of them fairy tales. I'm just saying. Baby, the movies is lying. Okay. Sometimes it's cactus and hot sauce. I'm just saying. You got to think, y'all is two different people. And you got to learn to get along. You got to learn to come together. And you know, I learned what I learned through people. I learned what I learned about relationship through people and also, you know, experience with mine. And one thing that I learned that I got to practice, right? I got to practice this. Okay? One thing that I learned that I got to practice is sometimes women don't know how to do this. Tell me if you can figure it out. Be quiet. Sometimes we can't be quiet. You know? You're welcome. Sometimes we can't be quiet. You know? And you know, what is called? Sometimes we be praying and we be asking the Lord to help us be submissive to our husbands and stuff. I know I done asked that before. Lord, help me be submissive to my husband. I'm going to get there.
But you gotta think I came a long way, honey. He done took a firecracker and he done put the fire out of the firecracker, and now I'm just a hot firecracker. I ain't burning up no more. I'm just hot. It's just still hot. I'm trying to cool the, he's still trying to pour water on the firecracker. But every time he try to pour water on the firecracker, it's like I get hot again for some reason, because the wind just keep on blowing sometimes. You know, it just, and then it just be about to spark me back up, but I ain't gonna let that fire come back. I just be getting hot. You know, I just be hot. And so, you know, I don't know how long I'm gonna be hot till I get cold. I think it's gonna take the good Lord and changing me, you know, and being saved and sanctified and filled with the Holy Spirit and stuff when I get cold. But right now I just be hot, you know, because I gotta speak my peace and stuff sometimes, because, you know, I got that kind of husband, you know what I'm saying? And he be making me have to speak my peace sometimes. But that's our love language, though. I cuss him out. Well, I don't cuss him out. I cuss at him. I don't cuss him out. That's the difference. I cuss at him. I be saying I be cussing him out, but I don't cuss him out now. I cuss at him. What's up, Susie? I cuss at him. We cuss at each other. And that's just when we be talking. But that's our love language, you know. If we get hot at times, oh, that's okay. So that's really okay to get hot at times, because, you know, it really seems to me that you're supposed to just, okay, we get hot. Okay, so I'm gonna learn. What I'm gonna learn is I'm gonna learn to get hot, but keep my mouth closed. That's what I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to learn that when I get hot, don't say nothing, because that confuse him. See, he don't know what to think. He don't know. See, silence speaks louder than them words I be putting out. And see, that's what I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to learn, like, when I get mad, just don't say nothing. Because then I scare him real bad then, because he don't know what I be thinking. So that's what I'm trying to learn to do. Hold on, let me go get me some paper towels. But you know what? Another thing, too, that I saw, that I know of. I know for a fact that he is. We get hot, but we got to be careful not to burn the pan. Exactly. Because I be trying to be careful not to burn the pan. You and your husband are very cute and respectful couple. We all have our clothes in life, but for the most part, when we live is crazy. That's just what it is. Yeah. So, but one thing I know is my husband is really sweet, though. He's really sweet. He's a whole lot of mouth, but he's really sweet. And if I can hush my mouth and stop going back and forth with him, but I just give him a taste of his own medicine, because, see, a man will make a woman just like them. You know, what you dish out is what you will get back. And see, that's what I do. He be talking all his mess, and he done taught me to talk all my mess right back to him. You know? And I gotta stop doing that. I gotta stop talking my mess like that sometimes. I got a lot of times. I ain't gonna say something. A lot of times. I gotta just let him talk his mess. Cause he talk mess, but he don't really mean the mess he be talking. He just a mess talker. He just one of them. But me, being the person that I am, I told you I was a firecracker. So sometimes his mess talking, it just be trying to spark my firecracker sometimes. to avoid that. See, that's what I'm saying. See, it ain't, see, that's what I'm saying. And see, it's my husband. See, my husband, he ain't really got to so much walk away from me. It need to be me to walk away from him sometimes. Cause my husband just one of them. He just one of them. He's a fussified old man. That's what he is. And when he get older, baby, he just like, oh Lord Jesus, I ain't ready for it. But he gonna be worse, little child. So I'm just saying, he gonna be worse. But anyway, but I know that if I'm not like that with him, he won't be like that with me, because sometimes I be so sweet. You know, I be talking to him all sweet and nice and stuff. And be, yeah, baby, boo, and all that right there. See, when I'm like that, see, he be liking that. But I be trying to be like that all the time. But it be hard, though. It be hard to be like that all the time. But long as I be like that with him, he probably won't be that mouth that he got. But I just got to learn to not say nothing to him when he be getting that mouth, because he don't be meaning it. It's just him. He just ain't got no filter. And I just be thinking to myself, since you ain't got no filter, I ain't got to have no filter neither. You know? He's very outspoken. And I can't stand it. Oh, I can't stand it. But it's a good thing. It's a good thing. I will bite my tongue a lot. You know, my husband ain't finna bite his tongue. And that's just it. You know, he don't care who you is. He don't care who you is. You very outspoken. See, me and you'll be fussing too. Me and you will be fussing too, because see, I'm outspoken, but at the same time, it's like, even though you outspoken, sometimes you got to take into consideration that some people can't take that. You know what I'm saying? Some people is a little bit more tender-hearted. You know? And everybody don't know how to take that outspokenness. At all. But see, my outspokenness kick in when you piss me off. Then that's when I give you the blues. But see, I think about people's feelings a lot. My husband, he don't think about people's feelings. He don't think about nobody's feelings. He be like, fuck their feelings. I'm gonna say what I got to say. You know? I know you don't. But it's like you gotta know when to turn it on and turn it off. You know what I'm saying? And maybe that's not the case though. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's not the case. You really probably don't have to turn it on and turn it off. But to me it's about feelings, because everybody's not the same. Even though that you have no filter, you got to think about how you say what it is that you say. You know what I'm saying? And that's what really is going to make the difference in how you don't sugarcoat stuff. Be mindful. Yeah, be mindful in how you say what it is that you say. Be a little bit more gentle with it. You know, don't be so blunt with it. You know, you can mean what you say, but just don't be so, like, y'all just, and I be want to be like that. So, because I ain't that, you know, I ain't that till you get me like that, you know, but, you know. But it's all good though, because one thing about it, even though I don't like it for me, I be feeling bad when you do it to other people sometimes too though. But even though I don't like it for me, in a way I can see that it's good too. You know, to be blunt and stuff, because in a way it ain't evil. I don't think it's good, y'all. I don't really think it's good. I really don't think it's good. But it's like when I don't say something, he will. So it's like, it's kind of like a balance. But then a lot of times it makes me say something, because I'd rather say it than him say it. Because I'm going to be more gentle with it. when I'm trying to mean something I'm trying to say. I'm gonna be a little bit more gentle with it. But sometimes when I be trying to, sometimes when I say it too, my feelings end up getting hurt because I be being a little too gentle with it. And sometimes you just got to tell the motherfucker like this. Because he be like, fuck their feelings. They don't care nothing about yours. And it be the truth, though. It always shows. Because then once I be gentle with it and I say what I got to say, then my feelings get hurt and now I got to go off. When I could have just said what I had to say bluntly and been through with it. You know? Wait, you was a no yes person? What that mean? Cause I think I know what that means, but I'm just asking. I ain't finna wipe these mirrors cause we in the process of one day taking them down. And I ain't gonna be cleaning something that's gonna get taken down. So yeah, I don't want to take them down, but they done been up so long to where they done started falling off. So it's time to take them down. Oh, you not a yes person? Ooh, let me see. Oh, okay. Yeah, my husband either. But see, people like y'all gotta know. People gotta know how to get through to y'all because y'all really be not all that bark and bite. Y'all really don't be that. Wait, hold on. Y'all be having a lot of bark, but really no bite. But for real like that. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all just say it. Y'all don't really be trying to bite. Y'all just be saying it. Y'all just be saying it. But I get it. I'm 9 years in with this man. Still trying to learn, child, to be hush. Okay? Still trying to learn. I'm like one of the ones on the other side, child, honey. It gets hard, child. It gets hard. But I get it. I get it. I ain't get it. I still ain't clean my toilet. And I done been in this bathroom 2 hours talking to y'all. Now, I gotta go clean I gotta put another load of clothes in, child. Y'all got me talking to y'all. But I enjoy the company though, I ain't gonna lie. Y'all know I be enjoying y'all company. I be, child, I'm putting some, you see me put some dish detergent in the toilet, child, we finna clean it real good. Cause I ain't got no smell good spray like that. I got a little Fabuloso, so I gotta do my other bathroom. I gotta go buy me some cleaning supplies. So we cleaning, which I always clean with just bleach anyway. So we cleaning with bleach and some dish detergent in the toilet, child. It's gonna get sparkly clean. It's gonna do what it needs to do. As long as I got bleach, that's all that matters. Baby, I will bleach something down. Baby, I be running folks up out the house with some bleach now. I love bleach. Sometimes I be thinking I got a problem. I love bleach so much. But baby, I love smelling me some bleach now. If it ain't bleached, it ain't clean. Oh, I gotta hurry up because I forgot I gotta cook. Child, I was gonna cook a meal for my husband today. I've been a good wife today and cook a meal. Whew. 'Cause yesterday we had pizza. Lay this right here. And no, I ain't gonna clean that shower, y'all, because we don't use that shower. So just in case you want, she ain't gonna do the shower. We don't use it. Ain't nothing in there but some dust, child. And I'm sure they finna turn my water on to wrench it down if it is on in there, honey. I cleaned it last week. So it be alright. Hold up. Hold on, y'all. In here. Hold on, y'all. I didn't get my I think I'm gonna probably do some. What time is it? Look like it's gonna rain. I think I'm gonna do a quick meal today. I think I'm doing some chicken and rice. That's what I think I'm doing. Yep, that's what I think I'm gonna do. Some chicken and rice. Something quick because I'm trying to wash clothes and cooking and washing and cleaning and all that there don't fall hand in hand. So I think I'm gonna just do almost 3. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do chicken and rice. Chicken and rice it is. And I'm gonna do this. I think I'm gonna do this with spinach and do this some corn. Go ahead and pre-boil my chicken so I can clean it. Gotta get my stuff out this washing machine over here, put it in there. Child. I'm about to get off of here. Off the live. So I can do what I need to do. Alright. Gotta go get some more clothes. I ain't even separated the clothes or nothing yet. Oh, Lord. Been listening to a lot of Tucker music lately. Can't get enough. Y'all having barbecue drumsticks, jasmine rice green beans from yesterday. That's what I was doing. Do the barbecue chicken thighs. I was going to sear them and put some barbecue sauce on them, make some rice and some green beans. That's what I was going to do. But now we're having us some chicken and rice. I'm going to make me some spinach, make him some corn. And that's going to be good. Because I was going to make some rice anyway, so I might as well just go and do the chicken and rice and call it a day. So, oh, Lord. Okay, I'll tell y'all what. I can't be walking around with a camera now because I'm just steady leaving y'all and stuff. And I done talked enough for the day. I done been on it 2 hours. So, I got to separate my clothes here. I love y'all. Y'all have a good day. And I need to get to what I'm getting to because the more I sit on here and talk with y'all, the slower I'm going to move. So, I'll holler at y'all later. I may have a video for y'all tomorrow ready. I got video I can post. I just ain't edited or nothing. But I may have one ready for y'all tomorrow, or I might just come live. Who knows? I don't know. But hopefully y'all enjoyed the video today. Okay. But until the next one, I am out. Don't forget to hit that like button. Thank y'all for getting me to 100 likes. I appreciate it.